Hello friends and welcome back for episode 49 of our Terraria 1.3 Let's Play. Hope you're all doing well today. I am here in the truffle farm, as you can see. Well, I was playing with the ground for a little bit because I noticed you can do this, which is kind of fun. I don't really know exactly how these projectiles work, but they seem to like move at 45-degree angles and they can collide with the ground and then like drill themselves in a little bit, so it's silly. That's not the main reason I'm here, though, because you can probably do that just about anywhere. The main reason was I was farming for truffle worms, as you'd probably expect. Happened to have some really good luck and ended up with 7 of them in just, like, maybe 10 minutes, which is not like my truffle farm, because it's obviously not the best one it could be. It's not perfectly optimized, but it is, you know, it is mine, and I love it just the same. So I figured we would go maybe kill Plantera a few times, since we're already in the jungle, if we can find some bulbs in short order. And maybe after that, we would go back home and maybe spawn a couple of those Hallowed chests and see if we can get some cool weapons out of that, because I think there's at least a couple of things that might be beneficial that, well, they're worth collecting one way or the other. I know there's still some things I haven't created from doing our, you know, end game stuff. I mean, there's still that freaking awesome-looking excavator item that everybody wants me to make, and I'm gonna make that. So don't worry, it's just going to maybe take me another episode or two. I just didn't have time to farm the pillars a little bit more, because that does take some time, actually. But anyway, let's go see if there are perhaps... Actually, let's kill this first, then we're going to see if there are perhaps some bulbs on our map that I've already plotted out. I tend to put a lot of torches around them when I see one, like right here. But if I kill the plant without removing the torches, then I end up in a stupid situation. The next solution for that is just wander around aimlessly. Oh, there's one actually over here. Alright, so where do I need to go to get to that? It looks like it's rather far down. Okay, so I need to go south, 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 and then a little bit west. So head towards the temple, I guess. And then if we see any on the way there, that'll be great as well. Perfect. So thanks everybody for having such a vibrant and lively discussion on yesterday's topics and such. The fact that we went over all that stuff about indie game art styles and all of that stuff was just very interesting to read about, and I liked hearing your opinions. I also appreciate that there were a few questions in there. There were some that I answered, like, off the camera, because I just felt like there were maybe not things that I wanted to talk about publicly, but, you know, still things that I wanted to answer nonetheless. We've got a Plantera bulb right here. Might as well pop it and see how quickly we can get through this fight. Even though I don't have a lot of room to fight here, that's okay. We don't need much anymore, I don't think. Got the best armor in the game, and the highest DPS weapon in the game, and some of the best accessories in the game, so I think we'll be okay. I just hope I didn't... Okay. Didn't want to get out of the way too quickly and then have it despawn. Yeah, this is going very well. So yeah, one of the questions that I did want to actually talk about, somebody asked, if you're starting out on Twitch, like, what's a good way to get in the habit of being able to talk to yourself? And it looks like we didn't really get much in the way of good drops on this pygmy staff we already had, wasp gun we already had. Really, we're after the axe primarily, and we pretty much have full inventory already because I'm an idiot and should have cleared that out before we started. I almost have so many of these potions I might as well drop some, but we'll do that later. I also don't need any more javelins. A lot of these items I could save and sell, so I want to not waste them, but some of them are just not, you know, diminishing returns as far as money goes. Anyway, the question was, yeah, how do I get started on Twitch when I have to basically just talk to myself for ages? Because, well, if you're not familiar, when you start out on Twitch, generally you're not going to have anybody watching you. So you'll basically be just talking for a while until you get bored and turn it off, and then you're not talking anymore. The same kind of goes with YouTube Let's Playing, honestly. It's a similar situation. I mean, your channel is going to start out pretty much empty, and eventually you'll work it up. A couple people show up with some good luck and a little bit of hard work. Hopefully you'll get a small group of dedicated people that'll show up on occasion. You just have to kind of bear through it. I know that sounds silly to say, but it's good practice, and you have to look at it as an investment, and I know that's probably frustrating to actually do it. But the return is you'll become a better speaker, you'll become more able to speak forever without stopping. I mean, that's just kind of what it is. It's free association. It's picking a topic and going off on it, and then picking the right moment when a topic transitions to another topic to just indulge in that one, and just keep it flowing as smoothly as possible. That's kind of the whole name of the game when it comes to this kind of thing. And, I mean, for YouTube, you can get away with these concentrated bursts of like 20 to 40 minutes generally of topics. Twitch, sometimes you've got to sustain your conversationalism for, I don't know, 5 hours on a clip. I mean, it depends what kind of streamer you want to be. Some people stream for less time, some people stream for massive marathons of time. That's up to you, however you feel works. I will say, though, if you do want to be a marathon-style streamer, please take breaks. It's not good for your body to sit for that long without standing up and moving around. And I know ad revenue is not great on Twitch. And, I mean, in the event that you happen to be someone who's partnered, has access to ads and such, even still, even if you're not going to run ads, you might just want to stand up and walk around a little bit. I know it's tempting to just bear through it and keep going forever, especially when you're involved in a game. I've done it myself, and, you know, I'm definitely a bit of a hypocrite here when I talk about this stuff, because I definitely have made this mistake a lot, but try to look out for yourself a little bit. You're going to feel a lot better the next day as a result. What do we have here? Red counterweight, bone torches, yo-yo glove. Got all this stuff already, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I've got the gradient as well. It's 20 gold. I think I'm going to just not buy that. I usually buy every yo-yo this guy has, but fairly certain at this point I've got it all. But anyway, as far as just the endless speaking thing goes, there isn't really a trick to it. It's just sort of figuring out your own style and figuring out how you feel comfortable talking. I mean, to peel back the veil a little bit, to be perfectly honest, there's plenty of days when, even though I've been doing this for like 3 years now, I still don't always feel super comfortable just talking forever. And there's days when it's harder to make random conversationalism happen for me than normal. By the way, I wasn't even using my turrets for this fight, which is just silly, because now it's probably going to die 5 times faster. But yeah, it's going to be rough for everybody on some days. It's going to be real easy for everybody on some other days. Well, I mean, once you have sort of a baseline for how you want to go through things. And it's great, once chat starts showing up, you'll have people to talk to, and it just sort of flows organically from that point on. You really don't have to try nearly as hard once there's people going on in your chat, and you could just kind of have a little bit of a back and forth. You got a Plantera mask, already had that. I don't think we got anything from this that was worth talking about. I really need to drop some of this stuff off. I got a mining shirt. That's kind of cool, I guess. I had that already, like a little while ago. I didn't talk about it. Another wasp gun. Yeah, I'm very curious to see if I switch over to expert mode, like how much harder or easier this fight is going to be. Well, easier compared to last time I fought it in expert mode. I'm guessing it's probably going to be possible now since I have the really good armor, but it took 2 of us, and it was still pretty challenging at times, so yeah, I'm curious to see what goes on with that. Where on earth is that other bulb now that I've gotten very confused? Okay, so I want to go a little bit south, and then it's to the left. Got it. So I just want to kind of cut through all this stuff. Shout out to the person who said, like, I could watch 45 minutes of you digging. I appreciate that comment. That's awesome. It is very satisfying using this digging claw, so I kind of hear where you're coming from with that. I wouldn't expect everyone to feel the same way, but I appreciate the compliment nonetheless. Maybe one day, just for you, I'll release a 45-minute digging video of me digging from the left side to the right side of the world underground. It'll be a very niche video, I imagine. I won't even talk over it. Alright, so I'll put up a prism, put up a rainbow crystal, pump this guy. Maybe we'll just do this last one. I don't want to spend the entire episode just beating up Plantera, because it doesn't seem like it's much of a feat this time. But I guess that's a good thing, considering I just want to get the drops out of it anyway. Look, another Yellets! And I can't even pick it up because my inventory is full. Look at that health go down. Alright, if you want to maybe, like, come over to the other side of these platforms where it could actually hit you, that would be cool. Yeah. Look at that health go down. I'm taking damage, it doesn't even bother me. I'm not even going to heal through this. Done. GG. I don't know if there's stuff under him, I can't really tell. We did get some gold out of it, so that's pretty good. Can't be too upset about some gold. We put some mud blocks away. We got a whole bunch of these wasp guns. We got a Venus Magnum. I don't know if I had that one, actually. Did I? And I think that's about it. Young Venus Magnum. Opus. Alright, so that's gonna be that. Do I want to sell another Yellets? Well, it's worth more than this Jungle Rose, I know that much. And we got another banner here that I've already got at home. I don't know why, but I feel strangely compelled to pick them all up, even though I have no reason at all to do so. I really would do, like, another scouting mission. Like, I'd like to go through here and just find a bunch more bulbs, mark them off, and then when I come back next time, I'd have, like, a list of stuff that I could go through. Just all of these missions that I go on require a bunch of, you know, extra time that I could be recording. But it's just like, it's the trade-off of boring stuff versus interesting stuff, and I don't know where always is the best way to draw the line. We'll just leave one torch here so that way I know what's up. I don't even care that those fall on the ground, they can stay. And I think that's going to do it. Let's go teleport back home. I want to clear out my inventory real quick. I don't even have buffs on or anything, I just kind of went into that blindly hoping that things will work out, and, well, I think they did. Alright, so there's a lot of items in there that I'm going to need to sell or do stuff with. Let's kind of just quickly go through that. We got this guy to drop off, this guy to drop off. I thought the Lucky Cross necklace was worth more. Apparently not. I know I have a pygmy staff already. That can go. Life fruit. Always love it, but don't need it right now. And we'll keep the mining shirt because I don't think I had that. 82 gold. Not a bad haul for like a half an hour's run. And now we're back into the 2 platinum territory. Somebody said, man, you really need to work on a cash farm. I think you're about right now at this point. This is now becoming a factor for me. Having the cash to do what I need to do is getting a little annoying that I don't often have it. Yeah, I didn't have this weapon yet. Okay, cool. So that's 51. This is 43. 43. Got it. And that works out. Let's put this banner somewhere. Alright, I guess I didn't have a hoplite banner yet for some reason. I don't know how that's even possible. This is going to go in my gravestone area. Vanity. Pretty sure I didn't have one of these. I don't see it here, so yeah, I'm good. And I don't really need a second Plantera mask. I'm trying to keep duplicates out just because there's no reason. It's just wasting chest space. There's 100 other things that I could be putting into those. And we'll just sell off this mask. Oh, it's got no value. Okay, well, we'll sell it anyway. Very nice. Last thing, we need to put away some animals. Actually, these are both bait, right? So actually, these will go in fishing. Did I really not have? Oh, I did. Okay, never mind. I thought I didn't have them for some reason in that chest, but I did. Boss summons. I'm going to drop off a few truffle worms. Or, no, I'll keep 3 on me just in case. In case I end up over there, in case I go looking for UFOs. I don't know. Could be anything. So let's grab a few of these souls. We've got 96 and 76. That's pretty good. Usually don't have quite this many. I'm not sure I remember how many it takes to make a single chest. I'll just take 30 of each. And I just want to bring these over to our crafting guide. Just try and remember because he's got all the answers. The Tao of Pow, that's the thing I never crafted. So this is it. The Key of Night takes 15. And how do I create it? Workbench. Okay. So it's going to be most likely the same in both directions. Key of Light, Key of Night. I'll just go ahead and make 2 of those. Wait. Please tell me I didn't just do the same stupid thing I did the other time. No, okay, you put down a chest, I think, and then you open it with the keys? I think that's how it works, right? Or you put it in the chest, or you put it on the chest. It's one of those weird situations where there's not really, like, a precedent for it. I think somebody told me if I'm gonna do this, I've gotta, like, turn off auto pause. Also, these keep turning off. Anybody know that's, like, more versed in this engineering stuff than I do? Why is it sometimes that the heart statues just stop producing hearts? Is there, like, a limit to entities on screen, and then I've reached that cap, and then it just stops? Because I've had it happen where it just seems like there's nothing on the screen, like, everything is as clean as it is right now, and it seems like the hearts just kind of stop coming out after a long period of time of them sitting. I don't know. Maybe there's another reason I'm not thinking of. Alright, I'm just going to kind of put these down for now. I'm not going to summon them all at once or anything, but I just want to have them out of my inventory. Put one of these here. Yep, okay, so I'm going to try turning off auto pause. And, oh, maybe dragging it. No. Oh, you just put it in and it just automatically goes on. Okay, got it. I'm sure you could take that a bit out of context. Wake up. That was easy. We got a tendon hook and a bunch of potions. I think I already had a tendon hook, so I'm not super excited about that, but that's alright. So I guess I didn't really need auto pause to be off for that. I could have just, you know, done this. Yep, it just transforms it. No big deal. Man, these used to kill me so easily. They're not even hard now. What did I get here? I don't know how to say that word. Fetid Bangnax. There's a lot of silent letters in that I'm not able to pronounce. Oh my god. Are you serious? That's the fastest I've ever seen anything swipe in this game. It's not even terribly low damage either, which means this could have actually been like a really good option for some things. I mean, the range looks terrible, but wow. That is very fast. And we just got a bunny banner for the first time, apparently. Took me this long to kill 50 of those. Alright, now let's try the Key of Light. I should probably make, oops, wrong guy. Some of this stuff. No big deal. What is this? Weak flying knife. Is this, like, hang out in the air? Oh, no, it's just kind of like the possessed hatchet, I guess, but a little bit different. Alright, so I can see this is going to easily become where I'm going to sink a bunch of souls into. I hope I get that sweet bow. Oop. Keep hitting the wrong button here. Yep, you have nothing going on. Crystal Vial Shard. Oh, it looks like rock candy. That's a thing I can get into. Oh, that's interesting. I like the sound it makes. It's so sturdy. It's like you've got like a bucket full of crystals, and you're like pouring it on top of another bucket full of crystals, and then you're moving it all with your hands. I don't know. That's a very strange way to discover what I'm talking about there. We also got a lot of greater mana potions, so that could be very useful if I decide to build the MP spec gear, which I will. I will do that at some point. Alright, so let's keep this going, I guess, for a bit. Might as well burn through a whole bunch more of these souls. I mean, I don't know what else I'm really going to use them for right now. I'm sure there's a couple of things, but for the moment, I guess we might as well have fun with them. Especially since I know there's drops that are fairly easily attainable from it. I'm going to burn through chests as well. I'm going to have to actually make more. I guess I could probably use any kind of chest, huh? We just needed 4 there. Very good. I don't know why they had to be wood chests in my head. I just decided that. I think it's Rye in the chat, in the comments rather, it said like that I have a headcanon. I think I absolutely do that occasionally. I just discover something the way that I think it is, and then I just don't let it change in my mind for way too long. It's silly, I know. I'm not even going to fight this one. I'm just going to let my turrets do all the work for me. Big deal. Life Drain. I have that already. Oh, it must have dropped off a Mimic in Underground somewhere. I just forgot about it. Alright, fair enough. Well, we'll see if it sells for anything. Man, so OP. Another Life Drain. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate, but we got more money. Hopefully I can get all the loot from this. Oh, we didn't have that before. Illuminant Hook. Pretty sure I didn't have that before, did I? It looks cool. Ooh. And let's do one more before we call it a day on these guys for now. This perfect cap would just be... Oh, there it is! The Daedalus Stormbow. I was just talking about you. Speak of the devil. Yeah, this is actually a really cool item. What it does... Well, I'll just show you. You fire an arrow, and it just, like, rains arrows from the sky. So if you use the right arrows, this can actually be incredibly powerful. I'm not spec for it right now, obviously, but I like having it. And look how many items we just got that I didn't have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. I already had the life drain. So yeah, 5 items in, what was that, less than 10 minutes? That was great. I'm just going to take a quick trip over to Mobility Chest. Yep, I did not have the Illuminant Hook, so that can go in there. I'm going to put away some of these potions. I'm really happy that they stacked to 99. I feel like they didn't used to do that. Oh, wait, these... Oh, no, they stacked to 75. My bad. I was mistaken. So look how many of these potions I've got now. I've got so many that it's gotten ridiculous. I don't even need to keep this many anymore. I guess we'll do stacks of 3 here. Whatever. I'll be good for a long, long time. It's a very strange way that I just arranged those, I know. And the tendon hook, I forgot to check if I had that also. Nope, didn't have that either. So there's another hook to add to the pile. Tendon hook goes well with the Skeletron hand, I guess, and these kind of all go well together. Amethyst hook and the Illuminant hook. Now I just need like another plant type hook to go with this one. They all have some kind of complement, I guess. Alright, none of these have a prefix on them. I'm just gonna double check. This is magic damage, magic weapons, life drain. There it is. So yeah, they're all the same kind, so there's no reason for me to worry about one or the other. Crystal Vial Shard is very much not very powerful, so, well, we're gonna toss it right in the chest right away. Find the right spot for it. I guess it goes right between these two. Now we've got to carry this whole thing down all the way through. We'll get rid of these bee guns also. I don't need all of these here. Or this poison staff for that matter. We'll put all the sellables over here in this corner. What's the... I have annoying here? Why would I ever have saved an annoying wasp gun? I guess I just didn't have anything better. Oh, that's plus to mana cost, plus to damage. Yeah, you know what, whatever, that's fine. I would have said that was like a quick stack issue, but then again, I already had it in a good slot, so there's no way it was. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, there was also this one? No, that's melee, and ranged. Okay, so we're good on those. Flail or thrown, I think this probably falls into one of those categories. That's gonna go in here. And melee, I guess sword or spear. This isn't really either, it's sort of just handheld. I hate when they don't fit like a good category like these guys here. Whatever, let's put that in. I'm sure there's some really good application for this item, by the way. It's just the range is so bad that I can't bring myself to really use it. Guns or bows. We've got what is to be most likely our best bow for now. Well, I guess these are both stronger, but I don't know, the effect of this one's really nice too. This is great to find this like way earlier in the game. Now we've kind of outclassed it, I suppose, but it's still a really cool effect either way. And lastly, gotta put our bunny banner away. Very good. Let's sell off all of this junk, and then we can move on with our lives. 6 gold, 8 gold. Oh, I love this part. 4 gold, another 11 gold. These are worth a ton too. This is 30 gold for 3 truffle worms. So if I can make a really efficient farm, that's my way out of the money sink. Let's just pop all this in. We're back up to 3 platinum. Woo! And we've got even more MP potions. Why can these stack to 75 and these only stack to 30? What the hell is that about? That doesn't make any sense. Just to have them be the same. I don't know, that kind of boggles my mind a little bit. So we've got our fishing pole, we've got 3 truffle worms. Why don't we go over to the right? We'll kill the Duke a couple times if possible. Watch him still be too strong for me somehow. I clicked on the table, right? Yeah, I did. Oop. I don't think I have any strange plants today, so I'm sorry about that. I didn't really have time to look around for them, so we're just gonna have to roll on, make the best of it. Also, I am going to make the dyes. Oh, watch this. I really enjoy doing this now. We can walk the dog across the whole thing. It's so fun. I'm going to make the dyes of all of the pillar juice. I just haven't done it yet. I think maybe in a couple more sessions of me farming the Moonlord, that'll not be a problem at all. It won't take long before I have enough of everything to just make the rest of the armor sets, and then we can just cycle through whatever feels comfortable. Alright, so let's look at our map. We've got a little ways to go. We could have hit the dungeon as well. I don't know which is more compelling, honestly, the dungeon or Duke. Duke is a little bit more like immediate gratification. We know we're going to get something out of it. The dungeon is, well, there's a chance we'll just flail around down there for a while. Although I can set up in a nice spot where there's some blue candles, get some paladins around, and probably just mow right through them with all of these helpers I've got now. I have, like, the 2 turrets and the dragon are crazy high DPS. I've got amazing defense and a really strong DPS offense. So, altogether, really no harm in hanging out in the dungeon these days. I almost wish it actually got a little bit harder in the dungeon again after you kill the Moonlord. I imagine if there's still going to be some patches, and I think there are, that stuff like that might actually happen. Maybe they'll add a few more drops to enemies that seem like they're not super useful. I would love there to be some drops like I talked about with the pillars. Or, again, a thing that can permanently summon the Moonlord would be so good. So you could just be done with having to farm for those items anyway, because it's just kind of boring. It's not the worst thing in the world, I hear you. I'm not really complaining that hard, but it just could be more interesting, that's all. Alright, so let's pop this guy on here. Fish up a big old fishy dish, and see what happens. Just as it gets dark, of course. Welcome back, Duke. We've got all kinds of damage for you now. Hope you're ready. And I'm gonna make you into spaghetti. I hope. I've actually taken more damage off of this guy than I have of, like, anybody else already. And he's down a quarter. That's, okay, nearly half. I guess it's actually going fairly quickly. The yo-yo is doing good work keeping the bubbles at bay. I'm gonna heal up already, just because. I didn't use my buffs either. I didn't think it was necessary, but I guess this guy can give me a run for my money still at this point. A little surprising. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna die on this fight, but I can see where it could happen in the right set of circumstances. That things got very out of control. Maybe I got backed into a corner, freaking tornado shows up, and it's all downhill from there. Done. Alright, we got another bubble gun. It's murderous, so that's cool, I guess. That actually was not as crazy of a fight as I thought it was going to be in terms of me completely overpowering it. So, well, I'm going to need a second here to replenish my health before I engage again. I think if I were to immediately summon it again without a full heal, I'm going to at least be slightly in trouble. I could have also gotten a little bit more DPS if I wanted to swap out for the annoying yo-yo bag, the armored yo-yo bag. I don't know what I would really want to replace, though, because I really need flight and mobility on this fight. It's not like the Moonlord where I can kind of just stand still. I don't know, there's probably still a lot more optimization I can do. Having the Ankh Shield might help. I don't even know why, but it might. Let's just kind of, like, replace these guys over here. I think possibly also the dragon was getting in my way again. I know that was a thing from the past. Dragon used to do that. You know what, I'm going to just risk it. Summon him again here and see if I live without a full heal ready to go. I think we'll be able to do it. I'll use my buffs this time. I should probably also try out the other one here, this guy. See what kind of damage I get in with that. Oh yeah, I've taken a lot of hits already. That's crazy that this guy is like almost on par with the Moonlord in terms of difficulty. I really would not have expected that at all. And maybe it's just because of the build that I have, or like the placement of things. But I don't know, something about the obstacles that it sets up, like the variety of different attacks, the fact that you're always moving, all of those things add up to a pretty unpredictable fight that you've got to get the right circumstances through to win. And it looks like we've got another kill. There we go. Oh, I'll just stand inside of that, no problem at all. We got the Typhoon! This was an item that I was after, actually. It might not look incredible, but it's pretty handy. And we could try that out on the next fight. And I think it would really, honestly, not be helpful to me to use it now, but just to have it, just to say we tried it. We'll go ahead and put a star on that. Definitely going to heal up again here. Each time we fight him, we're like a little lower in health for the next time. I probably don't want to risk it too much more than that. I mean, I haven't also set up, like, any arena stuff, which is the other thing. I know the Moonlord, I've got all that stuff already locked away. I've got, like, 4 heart statues constantly pumping health into me, as well as all kinds of other things all working at the same time. I don't have that going on here, so maybe there's a little bit of a bias in my head of what's easier and what's harder based on that. And it's not necessarily reflective of reality. I recognize this. Alright, I appreciate those hearts dropping. That actually made my life a little bit quicker and easier. We're gonna just refresh these guys. I think the placement on them was fine. And one more time into the breach. Here we go. Fish him up. There he is. Okay. So we'll try out this Razor Blade Typhoon. See, what's great is they all home in, which you might not have been able to tell before, so there's nothing for them to home in on. Damage-wise, though, well, it could use a little bit of reforging, so we're probably not going to stress that right now. Let's go right back to what we know works. We got a yo-yo, crazy high damage, and also little Esper Wisp things that show up and home in on him as well. So, really everything I could ask for in a DPS weapon right now. Oh, I like when you stand still a lot. Do that more. Somebody had asked in the last episode's comments, like, is Magic coming back soon? Yes, Magic will be back, most likely at the very latest by next week. Things are finally sorted out with that, and we should be good to go, so watch for Magic soon. We got the Flareon, so that's, well, all of the good items except for the wings, I think. This is a pretty cool weapon as well. Or Flareon, I should say. No, Flareon's a totally different thing. So this just drops bubbles everywhere, which do crazy high DPS when you trail an enemy through them. And the idea is if you're running away at high speed, basically you could leave a trail and dash, stuff like that, and then it'll basically just lead them through, sort of like the magnetic tears, anti-grav tears in Isaac when you're doing the Waka Waka challenge. Just kind of leave a Pac-Man trail of nuggets for it to pick up and eat. And it tends to work out pretty well, but now I've got even better gear, so why bother? The other thing I was doing recently was just hanging out in the ocean for a while. I was farming up, yes, black ink, that's exactly it, right on cue. Black ink and purple mucus are both two types of dye that only drop in the ocean as far as I'm aware, and are quite useful for a variety of different things as far as crafting goes. And I have like a huge dearth of them. I mean, obviously I'd want a lot of every type of dye, and since you don't really hang out in the ocean hardly at all except to kill sharks once to get Mega Shark, like, yeah, that's kind of the end of that. So, you know, I've had to manually try to go out of my way to be over here. I think I've got like 5 or 6 purple mucus and maybe 7 or 8 black dye, so it's a good start. I'm going to probably want about 50 of everything to have all of the dyes that I want to craft. But I've also been going way out of my way to try and make those things, so yeah, I guess that's kind of me. You know what I can do? Maybe before we wrap this up, just want to check something else out. Not only do I want to grab all the gold from him, I'm going to drop off some stuff here. We did really good stuff this episode. We had a lot of progress in terms of finding items, so I'm pretty happy about that. We got a crab banner as well, which is a banner I've been long sought after. I'm going to grab a few bits of pillar juice. We got the most of Vortex. Well, we got the most of everything but solar because I made the gear out of the other one. So I'm just going to grab like 20 of this just to see what's up. Drag it over here. And what was the dye that this guy wanted to make? We can make Vortex Fragment blocks. That would be wild. Vortex dye. So it's 10 and bottled water for 1. So I'd want to make 3 if I'm going to bother at all. Just to have like a nice baseline. Which means I'm going to need 30 of each and 6 jars. So let me do that, I guess. Should have made a whole bunch of water bottles. Didn't I do that? I guess I just made glass bottles. I didn't make them out of water. Fair enough. Let's do that real quick. Shouldn't take long at all. Just pop over to our little dirty pond over here and fill it up with mosquito larvae. You know how it is. Delish. And we can use those for a variety of other things as well. I think last time when I made them, I did it for iron skin potions, and then I forgot that I used them all, so that's all it probably was there. Then we want to make a whole bunch of these. I'm not going to have enough to do the solar fragment one, but I can make 1 just to see what it looks like on 1 piece of gear. I should have just taken it the other way around. It's probably faster. Oh well. And 10 more of those. And 10 more of these. Probably not the most useful way to use all of my stuff, but you know me, I love the dyes. I really do. We're going to probably make this at the dye area over here, I imagine. Yep, there it is. Solar dye, nebula dye, vortex dye, stardust dye, and black dye. But that's just because I have black ink left over. So we'll make the 1 solar dye. Now we've got that. Vortex dye we'll make 3 of. Nebula dye we'll make 3 of. And stardust dye we'll make 3 of. And now if I just have like 1 more of each of those, then I feel like I should be good on a set. I mean, 3 is a set, but 4 is like everything. Because then we want the cloak, we want the shield. If you want to do it all, you know what I mean. Alright, so since we didn't have strange plants today, this is kind of going to make up for that, I hope. And we can see what these all look like. Put away. There's me, standard style. I don't even know if I've shown you that before because there was always a blood moon happening at the time, so you couldn't really see what my normal die configuration looked like. There's Nebula die. That is pretty freaking cool. I look like J. Smith OTI with a galaxy behind us, citing some profound words. Put those back. Vortex die. Oh, that's real cool too. It's like strobing, pulsating green. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that that could be really fun. I'm sure we could make cool stuff happen with that. And Stardust die is, I think, the one I was after a while back. It's sort of a glittery looking blue-white glow. It almost looks like it emits light, but it also might just be my light friend that's doing that. Probably is, actually. Yeah, that's a really cool look as well. And it's neat that you can use them on any armor. I mean, I know that's how cosmetic slot works, but it's neat that you can, like, make the orange armor and not have it be orange if you don't want to. I just like that. You have that element of customization. And Solar die, I guess makes me glow? Not really sure I know what happened there. Yeah, it seems to have, like, a pulsating, reflecty kind of look to it and a little bit of glowy action. Probably the least interesting out of the three, but also, well, I should try it on my cloak to see. That's nice. That really complements well, actually. Looks like I'm burning up and makes the wings glow in a lovely way as well. And the shield and the armor, it all complements each other very well. So cool, there's what our dies look like. That's all of them. I obviously need to make more to get all of them really sorted out, but it's neat that we could at least kind of delve into the world of what are these endgame dies. Too bad you can't actually make one that's like a conglomeration of all 4 dies mixed together, because that could be kind of wild. It's like the psychotic rave die, and then it makes you just strobe rainbows and shoot lasers out of you or something. Wouldn't surprise me if they did that, considering some of the endgame gear that you get kind of does similar things. Like this, in fact, the Rainbow Crystal Staff. Just sort of makes a cool disco happen when there's something to attack with it. And there's literally nothing here to attack, apparently, right now. This seems to happen every time I want to show you something. There you go. I mean, you've seen it before, but maybe not close up. Anyway, that's going to be today's episode. I think we did some really good stuff. Please do let me know what you think I should do for the next one. I know building a house is definitely high on the priority list, but I'm prioritizing items mostly just because I like collecting items. Building could happen in a stream, fishing could happen in a stream, and finding biome keys could happen in a stream. But outside of those things, feel free to let me know where you'd like me to go. Even if that is one of those things that you want me to do, I don't mind. Tell me again. Tell me over and over again. That's majority rule sometimes, and other times not. Anyway, I do appreciate you still being here. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you again tomorrow.